registered dietitian with FLIK Hospitality Group. Today I'm going to show you how to make a tabouli salad, a perfect salad for hot weather. You can have it as a nice cooling side. It uses mint and it has some fresh vegetables. It's delicious with pretty much any meal. So we're gonna get started. First thing you're gonna do is wash your hands. So make sure you get that out of the way before you get going. And then I recommend that you gather your ingredients. So we're gonna start by first chopping the herbs. I am going to take some fresh mint. This is fresh mint that has been washed, and you can just take the leaves off of the fresh mint. You're using approximately 6 to 7 leaves. And what you can do with this fresh mint is actually just curl it up into nice little balls so that it's easy to chop the leaves all at once. And just finely chop. The thing about herbs is you can add as much or as little as you like. It is completely up to you. All it has to do with taste. It's not going to add any additional fat. And the sodium is very minimal, but it gives a lot of extra flavor. Next, we're going to chop up parsley. About a cup of fresh parsley. I washed this parsley, and I do recommend that you use the stems because that helps just with preventing food waste as well. So you can just fold it in half and then start chopping the parsley. It looks like it's about a cup. Again, you can modify this as much or as little as you'd like. It is completely up to you. Okay, so now that we have chopped up our herbs, I want to move on to the scallions. So these are just green onions, and we're going to trim off the part closest to the root, but you can eat most of the whites down at the bottom. Sometimes people assume that they need to avoid eating past a certain point where it starts to turn white from the green, but you can eat that part, so don't get rid of it. Definitely enjoy that. I am recommending that you're cutting this on the bias, meaning that it's going to be at a diagonal. Again, thin slices, cutting directly up the stem. So you can see these are nice thin little pieces, and they're cut on the bias, so it is that like diagonal, little skinny pieces. All right, that's ready to go. I'm gonna put that right into the bowl with the herbs. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to cut up here is the English cucumber. I'm cutting up half of this cucumber, so just pick up a cucumber as long as it's not too small. Trim off the ends and use about half of it. I'm going to cut it right down the middle. We want to dice this, so I'm cutting it down the middle and then flipping it to its flat side, and then I'm going to cut strips about a 1/4 of an inch thick. And once I have those strips cut, just turn it the opposite direction and cut straight down for diced pieces of the cucumber. Okay, taking that, put this over here. Cucumber is so refreshing. It's nice when the weather is warm. It's great for adding to water as well. You could even make like a cucumber mint water, so you can take the mint and the cucumber and muddle that and put it into glass or even into a pitcher and have that as a nice refreshing drink. All right, so now I'm going to cut up the tomatoes. The recipe calls for plum tomatoes, but I recommend picking up whatever kind of tomatoes are available for you to grab. We're just going to trim off the tops, and then I'm cutting these again. I'm gonna dice them. So I'm cutting them in half, flip it over to the flat side, and cut straight down, similar to what I did with the cucumber. You wanna make sure you have a sharp knife for this because sometimes tomato skin can be a challenge to cut through. Okay, so I'm gonna put the tomatoes right into the bowl. Before we got started today, I cooked the bulgur. So you can pick up any type of bulgur and go ahead and cook that. You boil it, and then you'll want to chill it down so that you're not adding hot bulgur to the salad. So I've already cooked my bulgur. I'm using a cup of that. I'm going to add it in. Start to mix this up here. So we still have a couple of additional ingredients to add. Next up is lemon. We're gonna use lemon zest, and we're also going to use the juice of the lemon. So you can have either a zester, or I just have a grater here, but after you've mixed up everything, or even before, I just want you to hold the grater or the zester right over the bowl and zest the lemon by actually pressing down into the peel. So you do want to wash the lemon, make sure that it's been rinsed off, and you're going to zest, meaning that you're getting the color of the peel off. So I'm stopping as soon as I get down to that white, because the white part of the peel can get pretty bitter. So you definitely don't want to be zesting all the way down to the white. You're just trying to get the citrus oils. It gives it a really, really great bright lemon flavor. You can do this with any type of citrus. We're doing about a tablespoon of zest, so it's probably going to be the zest of the lemon, the entire lemon. And then we're going to use a tablespoon of lemon juice as well. All right. Again, with something like lemon, same with the herbs, you can add as much or as little as you like. It really is up to you and your flavors and preferences. So now I'm just gonna add the juice from this lemon, about a tablespoon. I like to use a little strainer when I do this because it helps with making sure that the seeds don't get into whatever it is that I'm putting the juice into, and I don't have to fish them out of a bowl. You can also use a citrus juicer. If you don't have that though, simply squeezing it into a separate bowl and you can pull out the seeds. That'll work just fine. All right. So added the lemon zest, now the lemon juice. Next up is cumin. 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. And then we're gonna add some salt and pepper to taste. You could always leave the salt out if you would like. Helps if you want to reduce the sodium. And again, this is salt and pepper to taste, so it's up to you however much you want to add in. The last thing is olive oil. I'm adding in a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. Stir that well, and then you are ready to enjoy it. All right, that's it. Ready to go. Looks delicious.